And I'm going to pull up Facebook here. Hey, everyone. This is Alan Newell and the infamous Craig Dalley.
Hi, everybody. Good to
Coming,
be with you tonight.
absolutely. We're coming to you live, as of course everybody knows. We're on our Facebook team page. We're also broadcasting live on our YouTube channel. So hopefully you've all tuned in here on one of those two. We're excited tonight. We're excited because of several different reasons. I mean, obviously, with the holiday season, we've got it's a great time of year for everybody to celebrate and different things. There's Denise Longton. Look at here. Woohoo, getting ready for some wisdom. Got my pen and paper ready. Hey, Denise.
Hey, Denise.
Yeah. And Denise says she loves my jammies. Well, thank you, Denise. I appreciate that. I figured, hey, it's Christmas time. What are you going to do? And so, want to welcome everybody to our Wednesday night training. We do this every Wednesday night. But tonight is a special occasion. Obviously, tomorrow's Christmas Eve. And those of you who celebrate Christmas, we're excited about that celebration in itself. And we're also wrapping up, one of the best year that we've ever had at Touchstone Essentials. The best year, record growth, amazing contribution. And it's all due to you. Each and every one of you out there have contributed. And have played a huge part in the growth that we're experiencing. Now, don't get me wrong, we're partnering with an amazing company, founder, owner, and tools. And we've got, in my opinion, I've been doing this for a long time, as Craig has, the greatest opportunity in the industry by far. But so there's lots to celebrate. And I can tell you that we're also celebrating and welcoming Mr. Craig Dalley to our Touchstone family, our Touchstone team. Craig has 25 years in this direct sales industry. He's from Utah. And so, when you're vice president of global sales, and Craig, before you were with a company that was doing over $500 million and decided to make a change, and we're looking for an opportunity. And first, let me say that I think I speak for the team and everybody that I've spoken to. We really appreciate that you made the decision to come on board with Touchstone. It really is an exciting time for us. Excited to have you here because you bring so much experience and so much expertise to that. And it's always nice to have a new set of eyes, a new perspective, and just that somebody who's been there, done that, and has seen companies go from where we are today to where we want to be. Our goal is to touch 1 million families over the next 5 years, and we're so excited to have you on board, Craig. So, if you would just tell everybody a little bit. Now, this is going to be a little different than some of the other ones you've done because we've got quite a few people coming on, and this is going to be recorded and in the archive of not only our team page, but also on our YouTube channel. So if you would just take a minute, Craig, tell us a little bit about yourself and what made you decide to come on board with Touchstone Essentials.
Well, first of all, let me say thank you, Alan, and thank you and hi to everybody that's joining us. I'm really excited to be here and just share some information with you. But first of all, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Again, my name's Craig Dalley. I'm the Vice President of Global Sales for Touchstone Essentials. I've got just a little personal information. I am married to my beautiful wife, Lisa. We've got 4 boys, and I've got 2 of them in college going to Brigham Young University. One's still in high school, the youngest, who's a senior in high school. And I've got my oldest is married, and we actually have a grandchild. So they're actually here with us for Christmas. So we're excited about that and to have them here. We've got a house full right now. But that's a lot of fun. But yeah, for probably about the last year, I've been looking for something new, something different. Just mostly looking for a culture, looking for the right culture, looking for a company that I felt excited about waking up with every single day, a family-friendly culture, and one that that was moving in the right direction. I was looking for opportunity. So I was looking for a younger company, a company that was on the cusp of a breakout. I was looking for a company that had fantastic products, looking for a company that had great leadership. And I've been able to find all of that here. And that's what helped me make the decision. I've learned about Touchstone Essentials from a friend who spoke very highly of it and of its founder. Had a chance to interview with Eddie and learn myself of his great integrity and what he wanted to do, his vision for the future of the company, which I bought into, got excited about, made the decision to make the switch and come on board. But it really is ultimately for me about culture, the right fit. It's all about this business to me is about relationships and culture and ethos, having the right spirit of the company, the right culture of the company, the right people on board, because you can do so much when you've got those things combined together. And when you're missing them, boy, it's hard. When you don't have the right culture, people don't want to join. It's like pulling teeth. So we've got some great things together here at Touchstone Essentials for sure.
Let me say this, you talk about, you have a friend who who told you about Touchstone and about Eddie and our founder, and you and I know a very good friend of mine, Jeff Bracken.
Yeah.
And I've known Jeff since he was 24 years old, and I'm 60, and I'm trying to think now. Jeff is getting close to 60, I'm sure himself.
He is 54.
54 years old,
54.
And Jeff and his beautiful wife and family, and so Jeff and I worked together for many, many years in the restaurant business. And you and I were talking earlier, and Jeff is just a guy that we've been through the trenches together. We've been through the battles together. He's battle tested, and he knows me. He knows Touchstone. He knows our company. He knows, we grew up, he and I did, we grew up in the same culture in the business world, and where success was not an option. I mean, excellence was expected. And so when you and I spoke and mentioned that Jeff, and you said you knew him, and I reached out to Jeff, and so Jeff is somebody that, if you ever want to be in a foxhole with somebody back to back, Jeff's a guy you want with you,
Absolutely.
Because he's just that kind of guy. Integrity, stand up, positive guy, enthusiastic.
Plus, he's got all those muscles. You need that brawn to battle the enemy, right?
That's right. That's right. So I spoke with Jeff, and I said, "Hey, guess what?" He said, "I got some news on the home front." He goes, "What's that?" And I said, "We just hired Craig Dalley as our vice president of global sales." And Jeff is a person, again, who doesn't, he's just not that. He's a guy who just speaks from his heart. And he said, his quote is, "You guys hit a grand slam. What a great hire. Congratulations. Congratulations. Craig will carry you far."
I appreciate that. Really appreciate him saying that. He's a stand-up guy. Really, he's been a mentor to me. Really, he's a fantastic individual.
He really is. He really is. And he and I worked together for many, many years. You and I discussed that. So yeah, we're excited to have you on tonight and share some information. And what I wanted you to focus on, and I know you've got a PowerPoint you want to share, which we'll share when you get ready. But when you and I spoke, I said the beautiful thing about it is, and we spoke earlier about the restaurant business, and Jeff and I started out in the Pizza Hut business. This Pizza Hut, we were with the Pizza Hut franchisee, and grew, and then we launched Lone Star Steakhouse. And the very first Lone Star Steakhouse was about 8 miles from my home in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And so when we saw that, we were looking for that type of company. And so the game changed for us then. We were the #1 PepsiCo franchise in the world. But we wanted to become a franchisor, not a franchisee, as a company. And as we grew, and our culture was like the culture here at Touchstone. It was well seated. It was based on integrity, hard work, and just a sense of I'll never forget, we had a saying that said, "If you chase perfection, you very often capture excellence." Yeah. And so we really focused on that. And then when we started, thanks AJ said nice pajamas. when we started with Lone Star Steakhouse, we were great restaurant entrepreneurs. And as we continued to grow and we decided to take this company public, one of the things that we knew and we learned was we used to send our district managers and regional managers to Disney University. We send them to Stanford University for a management training program down there. We seeked knowledge and wisdom from outside sources because we knew that in order to go where we wanted to go and achieve what we wanted to achieve, we had to find those outside sources who could bring that wisdom and knowledge to us that we hadn't seen. And so bringing you on board brings a set of eyes and knowledge and wisdom, 25 years in the industry, somebody who can come and look at this company from a different perspective. And that means so much to us. I mean, I'm excited, as everybody is here. We're thrilled to have Craig. I mean, the comments that you can see are just amazing. But, it's really great to have somebody to come in, and the comments you made about the 7 things that you liked about the company.
Yeah. It's
really powerful for somebody to come in and edify what we felt and how we feel. But it's even more important and going to be powerful for us to take Touchstone from where it is today to where we all know it can go and envision where it can go, to bring in that outside, those eyes that have been watching the industry, plugged into the industry. And you've been able to see many people over your 25-year career who have probably some who have worked really hard but never reached success, probably some who worked really hard and achieved success, and been able to see and recognize what it takes to be successful, not only as a visionary business owner, as we have here in Touchstone, but as a company, and be able to bring that knowledge and wisdom to us. So that's kind of what I wanted you to touch on tonight, is just share with us some of that wisdom that you have and that you've brought on, that you see that's going to work with us and where we're going in the future.
Yeah, at its very simplest, this business is a business of relationships.
Yeah.
It's a business of people. And so those people that I've seen who have been successful over decades, right? They've been able to build a business and maintain that business and keep it growing and thriving over decades, are people who care about other people. That's the bottom line. They're not after, obviously everybody wants to earn a paycheck and earn money. That's important, but it's not the most important thing. People have to feel loved. They have to know that you care about them. And a lot of people that come on board, they think they have to be a great salesperson to do this business well. And that's just simply not true. And in fact, salespeople don't do as well as people who are nurturers and natural educators, people that just share, and they like to share and help educate people. So my experience is that those people who are willing to love other people, build solid relationships, just nurture and take care of the people that they bring in. They're sponsors, right? They're not just recruiting people. They sponsor people, and they take care of the people that they sponsor, and they nurture them, they educate them, and they add value. That's the main thing. If you continue to add value day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out, people are going to always stick with you. If they feel like it's about the money, it's about them and not, about you and not them, they're going to be gone so fast, and you're going to have a hard time building a business. But if you really care about people and you nurture them and you share and you add value to their life and you really care about them, those are the people that build lasting relationships and lasting businesses that last decades.
Yeah. That duplication, because culture and heart duplicates. Love for other people. As you and I were talking earlier today, we rarely get people, the recruiter types here, because they don't fit in. And the people that we have just aren't recruiters, so they're not looking for that type of person. So that's so spot on. That's just great advice, and we appreciate that, because that truly does fit into where our heart is and what our culture is.
Yeah, great. Yeah. It's fun to see, and I've seen that since I've been here. I can tell that people are people of heart here, and it's just the way they treat people. You can see it in the way they talk, and it's fun to be associated with a group like that.
Absolutely. Well, you've got a PowerPoint. You want me to pull that up for you?
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I've got it right here. Let's just make sure it's working.
Yeah.
It is.
Beautiful.
First of all, I'm just going to start with this slide because I love what this means. This community rooted in goodness. And the more I've thought about it, the more I've been with Touchstone, I'm excited about building a culture of goodness. And this not, we've got the slogan that we talk about, the good inside. And I love the idea that we're talking about the good inside of plants and making that available. But I love this thought of the good inside of everybody and everything. And that we're a company that's creating this culture of goodness, and we want to seek the goodness of everybody and the goodness in life, the goodness in community, the goodness in good, wholesome activities. We're looking for goodness, and we're looking for people that want to bring their goodness and join with us. One of the things, Alan, that you asked me to touch on are just 3 things that are really important in network marketing. And as I started looking at 3, I went a little bit further than that, but we'll go with this and see where it takes us. First of all, one of the most important things is just simply creating a list, right? You guys are familiar with this, and sometimes talking about the list is super boring. But I wanted to. There's something about it that I wanted to point out. If you don't have a list, you don't have a business. It's your inventory. Think about a retail store owner. They have an inventory. They control their inventory. They manage their inventory. They keep track of it. Our inventory as network marketers, as direct sellers, is a list of people. It's relationships. It's understanding who is on that list and following up with them in the right way. So if you don't have a list, you don't have a business, and you're not managing your inventory. The cool thing is we have the Verb app, and it automatically brings your contacts into it. You can swipe left and swipe right to add them to your list or to keep them off of your list. So that makes it really easy. The great thing about the Verb app is it is in many ways the system, and will become more so in the future. But that's a great way to build your list, to just swipe left, swipe right on that Verb app. But organize your list, add to it weekly. I just want to encourage people to focus on their list. And the reason that you have a list is to contact people. So when you're building your list, keep this in mind. I'm making a list. Why? To contact people. And so I've got to have my list. I've got to have it organized. I've got to keep it updated. That is my business. And the better my list, the better I keep track of it, I organize it and manage it, the better my business is. Contact to present. So we talked about list to contact. The step 2 is I've got to contact people. Once I've got a list, if I want to have a business, I've got to contact people. And this is what I like to say. I like to share with people because they don't often, as direct sales people, they don't know exactly what to do and what their business is. Well, part of it is contacting. It's 2 a day, 10 in play. I love this concept because it's just really simple. It's easy to remember. 2 a day, 10 in play. I contact 2 people a day. I keep the 10 most promising in play or following up with the 10 most promising. And guess what? I enroll 10%. If I'm gonna keep 10 people, 2 people a day, that's 10 people in 5 days, or 10 people a week. That's 40 people in a month. If I enroll or sponsor 10%, that's 4 people every month that I sponsor. So my business is moving forward. I can promise you, if you're contacting 2 people a day, you are going to have you're going to have more than enough people to talk to. Now, let me make this comment. If you're sponsoring 2 a day, I'm talking about actually not sponsoring 2 a day. Sorry, if you're contacting 2 a day, they're good contacts. These are contacts where you've placed a tool so that you can follow up and have a meaningful follow-up. So you might reach out to more than 2 a day, but you're having 2 good contacts where you're providing a tool or doing something that you can follow up on. So that's an important point to make. So contact, for what reason? You're contacting in order to present. And it's important to keep in mind why you're contacting, because if you keep in mind why you're contacting, you're going to make sure that you're focused on the right thing. And so your purpose to contact people is to get them to listen to a presentation. Now, that can be in the form of a video. It can be in the form of a one-on-one discussion. It can be in the form of just a Zoom presentation where they invite some friends and you talk with them. you have to kind of find your niche and what you like, but there's lots of different ways to make a presentation. So I chose a Zoom presentation here because I want to present to a lot of people, right? But you're trying to accomplish some things. When you present, you're presenting to enroll. So again, you're keeping your focus on why you're presenting. You're presenting to introduce them so that they will enroll in the business. And as you present, there's 7 things I want to encourage you to keep in mind. Number 1, help them see that they have a need. You've got to help them find the need and see that they have a need. If they see that they have a need, they're going to be much more interested in joining. Show them that you have the solution, so provide the solution for them. Articulate why we're different. This is important. There's 1,400 direct sales companies in the United States. We have to show people why we're different. If we can show why we're different, why we're unique, and why they want to be involved with us over the other, 1,400 companies that are out there, then we can succeed. But if we don't show them why we're unique and different, we're going to fail most likely. We need to be clear about what we want them to do. We want them to enroll, and that's the focus. And so we've got to always be encouraging them and moving toward enrollment. We've got to give them an offer so they can act. We've got to ask them to do something. In our situation here, it's the Advantage Pack. That's the main thing, but there are other offers that we can make, right? So we've got to give them an offer so that they can act. Number 6, overcome objections. Objections are gifts. Objections are great because they tell us where people are at. They give us this gift, and then we overcome the objection, and they have an easier time making a decision to join. So look at those objections as gifts. And then finally, you've got to create some urgency so that they will feel a need to join right now. And we can do that in many different ways, and we'll talk about that in the future. But I hope that you see the importance of these 7 things, and keep in mind that you're presenting for a purpose, and that purpose is to enroll individuals. Now, I want to go over some things that we're looking at that will help you out, because hopefully it will help you out. Number 1, we're putting together a new presentation, and we will introduce that to you in the future here shortly in the month of January. We're putting together a corporate presentation that you can use to introduce people to the company. We're also introducing some, we start with a corporate presentation, but sometimes those corporate presentations can be a little bit longer than we want. They're meant to be about 20 minutes for a Zoom call or an in-home meeting or a hotel meeting, something like that. But oftentimes you're meeting with people and you need to do something quick, right? A quick presentation. So you'll find that we'll take that base presentation and we pare it down to simple presentations, short presentations, 5-minute presentation, 10-minute presentation. This is a 10-minute presentation. It's the 7 traits that set Touchstone Essentials apart. And it's a great way to introduce people to the company and focus on why we're unique, why we're different, and why they want to join us. This is a presentation that's meant to take about 5 to 8 minutes. It's a quick way to show them exactly why they want to join us. And it helps them find a need, but it focuses on health, prosperity, purpose, and passion. We'll introduce this to you so you're all familiar with it. We're going to introduce a business presentation and talk about the risks and rewards, experience the benefits without the risk of traditional business. We'll introduce that to you in the month of January. We also are going to introduce 2, and they won't look like this. These are my designs, and we've got Jen working on them at home office, but she'll focus on them. But these last 2 are just 1-pagers. They're just simple, quick. You can either pull it up on your iPad, your computer, on your phone, or you can actually have a printout, a PDF, and do a quick presentation. If you're looking for a 3-minute presentation, you can use one of these tools to do the presentation. The point I'm making here is you're presenting to enroll, but you have different needs. You've got to be in a hotel sometimes. You got to be on a Zoom call sometimes, and you need a little longer presentation. What we're trying to do here is give you a corporate an introductory presentation of the company, a business presentation, but then some short little presentations that you can do just on the fly as you meet people and you need to give somebody a short presentation. So again, one of the things we're trying to do here is give you the tools so that you can be successful right up front, right off the bat. I hope that helps. And then the next step is to enroll them for what purpose? to train them. We're going to enroll them and then train them. So as I'm enrolling them, I'm thinking about the things I need to do to train them. And I go with something called Teach 3 to Reach 3. And this really works well at Touchstone Essentials. But you bring in 3 who bring in 3 each, which is exciting. And when you start building by threes, you can see it really growing. So if you think about what I have to do as a distributor, as a VBO, I've got to do 2 a day, 10 in play. So I'm contacting 2 people every day. And then every month, I'm going to teach 3 to reach 3. I'm going to find 3 people who also want to find 3 people. So that's a distinction there that's really important. I'm finding 3 people who want to build, right? I teach 3 to reach 3. So I'm looking for key leaders. And we talked about how if we contact 40 people, we should be able to enroll 10%. So we've easily met our three goal for the month. Now, let's just take a quick look at this because I think it's important. It's called the power of 1. You've seen this before, but it's just the exciting numbers that are involved with exponential growth. And the reason that we focus on 3 rather than 2. If you do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, it's 16. But if you add just 1 more and do 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, it's 81. It's a difference of 65. We focus on 3 because the power of 1 and that exponential growth that occurs means that you're dealing with a lot more people. You increase your odds, you increase momentum, you just speed up the entire process because you're teaching everybody to focus on just 1 more. So teach 3 to reach 3 is your focus in the month. And then you train to duplicate. So the reason you're training is to duplicate. You keep that focus in mind. You're going to build a network of distributors without the risk of a traditional business. You're going to build a network of people who love people and they want to nurture and educate people. And that's really what this is all about, because if you can nurture and educate people, you're going to build a lasting business. Now, this last concept that I want to talk about, I call the cadence of events. This is your business framework. And you've got to have a business framework. You've got to know what to do. Again, what I've found a lot of direct sellers struggle with is, what do I do? What do I do what do I do day to day? What is my business? What does it look like? How do I build this business day to day? So it's your business framework. It's the rhythm that drives the beat, timing, and pace of your business. And it's the art of creating momentum from event to event. So what we do as direct sellers is focus on events. We've got our daily events, our weekly events, our monthly events, our quarterly events, our yearly events. And if you'll do those things like that, you will build momentum into your business and you will grow, and it will give you a framework so that you'll know what to do. So this is what it looks like, a cadence of events. 2 a day, 10 in play. I'm gonna contact 2 people every day. I'm contacting them for what reason? To present. So I'm going to do 2 a day, 10 in play. I'm going to present as many times as I can. The whole goal is to present as many times as I can, because what am I doing with the presenting? I'm enrolling people. So I'm going to teach 3 to reach people. So teach 3 to reach 3. So that's my daily activities. This is what I do every day. I'm looking to enroll, present, and teach 3 to reach 3. Contact, present, and enroll. And those are my daily activities. I'm always looking to do that. Weekly, I'm doing team training. And so every week I'm involved in team training. Now, that doesn't mean you have to actually be the trainer of all these people you're bringing in. You just plug them into your team. Alan's got a fantastic system, and if you start enrolling people, you just plug them right into the team training that's already happening. So that actually helps you and makes it much more simple. And it also shows them that it's simple and how easy it can be. And then monthly, I'm going to celebrate with my team. I'm going to recognize them. So if I'm daily doing these important activities and weekly I'm training my people, monthly we're having fun. We're going to celebrate and do some recognition. And then quarterly, you're going to get involved in corporate events, and then yearly corporate events. Let me put this up so you can see it. The field executes these 3: daily, weekly, monthly, and then the corporate executes the quarterly and the yearly. So this is what it looks like. And you can see on the quarterly, there's a couple of maybe events that you haven't seen before. These are things that we're looking to do next year. Now, we'll officially introduce these, but we're looking at a kickoff event. something called an Impact Summit, a Leaders Conference, an Education Week, and of course the Mastermind, which right now is the big event. So this is what the cadence looks like. This is what your activities look like. And if you do these things, you are going to be incredibly successful. So that's really what I wanted to share today. And hopefully that's what you were looking for, Alan, and it makes sense. If there are questions out there, I don't know if we can open it up to people and answer any questions, but I just wanted to walk through some of the things as you talked about what's the most important thing. In my mind, those are the most important things. It's the step-by-step system that we have to go through in order to be successful. So any thoughts that you want to share, Alan, on that? Hopefully that hit the spot.
Well, let me tell you, that is I love it. I love everything that you covered right there. And when we talk about, and I've got several pages of notes here. I write fast, and somebody asked me, it was Denise, said the other day, said, send me a screenshot of your notes. I said, I hope you can read them. So anyway, 2 a day, 10 in play is just, we use an activity tracker, and it's because we believe that if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So when you set that goal for yourself, 2 a day, 10 in play, you need to track that. You need to track your progress. You need to know how you're doing, and because you need to measure it. Wouldn't you agree? Did I lose you? Craig's frozen on me over there. That's all right. And so hopefully he can still hear us over there. Powerful stuff. We've got some really cool stuff going on there. Present to enroll. I think that's important because it kind of goes back to a statement that we talked about before, which is, we have so many tools here and so much opportunity here. With Craig's kind of jumped out on us here, but he's going to jump back in, I'm sure. We have so many tools here that a lot of times we get caught up in marketing. You've heard me say before that Eddie pays us well to enroll people, and he doesn't pay us anything to market. And so I really love that he said, your goal when you're presenting is to present to enroll, knowing that that's what your end goal is. And so, while we are different, incredible stuff here. We've got some great feedback on the things, but I wanted to share this screen with you here. When he was talking at the end, I love all the presentations. That makes it, several people on here talked about the duplication process, and here he comes. There he is. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Not sure what happened.
Hey, it's okay. You got froze. It must be weather out there, the ice, the snow. I don't know.
Maybe.
Just to recap a couple of things, the 2 in day, 10 in play, I love that. And we use an activity tracker because if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So it's important to measure your activity because it's easy for me to say, hey, I'm going to do 2 a day, 10 in play. But if I don't measure that and be consistent with it, then it gets away from me. Next thing you know, 2 weeks have passed and I've not done 2 a day. So,
yeah, and I love that because there's lots of different activities you can do, right? There are lots of great activities you can do, but you've got to make sure you're focused on the right activities. And you've got to focus on, a lot of times we get all caught up in activities that don't matter, right? They don't really move the business forward. What we need to focus on are income generating activities. There's so many things that can keep us busy, but they don't generate income.
Well, and you said something that I really love here, and that is you said you need to present to enroll. Yeah. You need to have that's what you're doing here, because I've said numerous times, and the people in the call are kind of laughing, and because Eddie pays us extremely well to enroll people. But see, a lot of times we have so many tools and so much opportunity, but Eddie doesn't pay us a dime to market. Right. We don't get paid for marketing. We don't get paid for talking to people. We only get paid when we enroll and sell product. And so I love that keeps that top of the mind. Right. And while we are different, I mean, your 7 steps. I mean, we need to have that. I'm gonna have that on in a picture frame on on my wall because we talk about that all the time and how important that is.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that we're coming up with presentations because that makes the duplication so much easier.
Yeah. And we can do those same presentations in video format too, right? Which makes it even that much more duplicable. So we start with a simple PowerPoint presentation, but you can build so many things from that simple PowerPoint presentation, including video. So the plan would be to have these easy presentations, but also have it in video form. So a brand new person, all they have to do is share a video that covers the same information.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, it's easy to share. You can say, hey, if you're, I'd like to know if you're interested in taking a look at an opportunity to create some additional income. And then they say yes. A lot of people go, okay, now what? Now what do I send them? Oh, well, always be pointing to a tool. We have lots of tools, but these are some tools that are really, really powerful. Now, the last thing you said, and I'm going to touch on this, is enroll, train, and then teach 3 to reach 3. 3 times 3 times 3. I want to show you something that's kind of funny. And you're gonna find this humorous, but I'm gonna share my screen here. So this is something that I put together, okay? And I've shared it many, many times, okay? And here's what's interesting about this. This is residual income, not rank advancement bonus, not matching bonus. We got 5 levels of match bonus, not star bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you said, hey, help 3 reach 3. Well, when you do that, 81 people, you've just helped that person, that single mom, that person who's looking for an opportunity, that person who's looking for a vacation. They're going to earn a minimum. Now understand, this is a minimum of $1,000 a month. You start putting $1,000 a month in somebody's pocket, they're not going away.
Yeah. I know people, Alan, who have built entire businesses just teaching people how to make $500 a month.
That's right.
And people, once they make $500 a month, they don't leave. That $500 a month pays for a car. It helps pay for a house. I mean, it becomes part of their income. So if we can just teach people how to make $500 a month, they are on board and they will love you, love the company, and love what you offer. So.
And when you see it with the numbers like this, you realize that it's really just duplicating yourself 3 times.
Yeah.
You're just duplicating your efforts 3 times. When you duplicate your efforts 4 times, the 3 times 3 times 3, which is right here, that's $1,000 a month. And then if you do it the 5th time, look at these numbers. And I don't like to go much further than that because it gets a little overwhelming for people.
Yeah. Right.
I tell you that we have people today who last month were in this category, And so when you said that about $500 a month, I read a statistic that last year in 2019, that $500 a month would have prevented over 60% of bankruptcies.
I've heard that. I heard that as well, which is incredible. Right. Yeah. I mean, just $500 extra a month, and we have the solution for it. We have the solution right here.
Yeah. So isn't that awesome? Yeah. So, all right. So if we have any questions, I'm going to go over here and look, and this is just a silly by Andrew Vogt. We talk about tools. He's saying, tell him what Jeff Mack said about tools. I was actually doing a presentation at one of our mastermind events, and I was talking about the tools and how important the tools are. And Jeff Mack was our MC, and Jeff said, "Alan, you're the best. You're what did he say? You're the biggest tool we have." And so I could have taken that 2 different ways, but I took it as a compliment.
You should, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Debbie says income generating activities. We sometimes get caught up in other activities.
Yeah.
That for you to mention that.
Yeah. Everybody does, right? In this business, everybody does. And we have to be very conscious of it. And we have to look at it. We've got to evaluate our activities often. And it's important to use your sponsor, your upline mentor, who can help you identify what you're doing and make sure that they really are income generating activities, because oftentimes we don't recognize it. For ourselves. So, but it's important to focus on income generating activities.
That's right. To do just one more for a significant difference in the product, the power of one.
Yeah.
You never know who that next one person is that you're going to help.
Yeah. But in addition to that, it's amazing what it does for momentum, right? Because momentum is mass times speed in the right direction. And the bigger your organization is and the faster it's moving, the quicker you get to momentum. Everybody's excited, everybody's happy, everybody's earning. And that's what really drives this business. So that power of one, just to get those 65 more people, just because everyone focuses on one more, it does so much more than just a few extra people. It just creates energy that drives this business.
Yeah. That is so powerful. That is so powerful. And I know, let's just see if anybody's got any questions. Please type them in here. Debbie was talking about awesome tools, about the stuff you were sharing and showing us. I think that's exciting.
Yeah.
She said she read my notes just fine. I'm surprised. My mother is 85 years old and she's still mad that I'm not a doctor. And I said, Mom, I write like a doctor. So
that's great. Well, I mean, you mentioned the tools. One of the things that we're trying to get to, right, is we're trying to build a system that is with all the right tools in all the right places that can be done in a very, very simple way. We've got to have the right tools to help you make the right list and organize it, because I mentioned that really is your business and you've got to learn to manage it. Number two, you've got to know how to contact. You've got to have the right tools for contact. We have some fantastic tools, some of the best tools I've seen. I mean, free CBD samples, the $50 gift card is amazing, the drip campaign. We have some incredible tools for contacting people, but we've got to have the right training in place for contacting. We've got to present in the right way. We've got to have the tools to present correctly and in the right way. And then training. One of the things that we're trying to do is to get to 12 lessons, right? I've got it mapped out right now for 12 lessons, and then you just keep repeating those lessons over and over and over. Different people teach them, they have their different stories, but you repeat over and over and over those 12 key lessons, and you can duplicate, right? So if we have the right tools for each of those, for the list, for contacting, for presenting, for training, for duplicating, all those things, if we have the right tools in place, and then we have the right training, we can really make this thing go. And then the plan is to put all of that on the app and make the app the system, and have all this housed on the system in the right order so that it's simple and easy. We're going to get there as fast as we can, but I think this will be something that really appeals to people and makes it simple and just awesome for doing this business.
Yeah. This is Janet Clinton, and looking forward to the 12 lessons. And you're right. It's just simple. The kids keep it simple so that everybody can do it. And the duplication process, because when you've got, they always say in this industry, and you've been doing it for a long time, it's really work. And then once you get to 300-400 people on your team, it just takes on a life of its own. If you have the proper systems and tools in place that are duplicatable, and again you get out of the way and you let the cream rise to the top, and roll with it. That's so powerful. Allison's talking about this Verb app here. Let me tell you a little something about the Verb app here. She worked on this today and sent out some stuff, and then I was doing a training on the Verb app today, Craig, and you'll get a kick out of this. And so, and I was doing a one-on-one training. I need to record this, or we need to do it live, because when you go on to the website, you can see 100 contacts at a time, and you simply, and Allison taught me this today, and then I turn around and taught another person this today, and you click select all, and you click the app, what you want to do, the activity. Oh, I want to put them in the drip campaign. Oh yeah, start today, and click go. Choose the next 100. I did that with somebody today with 2,200 contacts. Okay.
Wow.
And they were like, what the heck? My phone is lit up with people that are looking at my website and looking at my apps and looking at my stuff. And then somebody else said to me, well, do you think that we should wait till after Christmas? And I said, no. And let me tell you why. During Christmas, although it's an exciting time and there's a lot going on, there's also a lot of travel time. There's a lot of downtime. There's a lot of time that people are or hanging out with family, but
Yeah.
they're paying attention to their email and to their social media, and they're going to be plugged into all that to see who's doing what, and look at the pictures and look at this and see the emails they're getting in the cards and the Merry Christmas wishes. And so people are going to be really engaged in the internet during this holiday season. What better time than to plug them into some of these cool things, whether it be a $50 gift card or whether it be a drip campaign.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great time. It's a great time. And not only that, you close out your year, right? I mean, it's a time to really think of, especially if you're building a business, you got to close out your year strong, and it's a great way to do that.
That's right. That's right. So I'm just looking through here. If anybody's got any questions or comments that I missed, love sharing these. I love seeing these here. What was it? Yes. And just some more of the comments that people made. Value added, people wise, people product.
Yeah.
Nurturing connections. Yeah. Love the list. We were talking about that, and a lot of times we, as people who have been around the business for a long time, we overlook things that we just forget that we should know, and teaching that list is so important.
Yeah, and it's always kind of that's the thing. It gets boring and it's kind of a pain, but it is very important, and so we need to emphasize that for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so, and you're talking about the Verb app being your connection list. I mean, what I love about that, and this, I can't see who this is, a Facebook user, but what I love about that is when you look at if you don't have your list written down, as you said, that is your business. That is without that, you don't have a business.
Right.
What I like about the Verb app is heck, you think I don't make any money off the Verb app, but unless y'all sell something, is it takes away when we start prejudging, you know what I mean? Prejudging people. But when I see a name on a Verb app in my contact list, and all I got to do is click that name and click add to the drip campaign and click send, I don't have to call them. I can just add them to a campaign. I can just send them a video about CBD oil. I can just send them something. Hey, I'd love to send you this. Would you take a look at it? And so, because a lot of times the prejudging is nothing more than our own fear of what that person might say.
Right.
And so this is a great tool, because when you got the tool that you're confident in, it takes that away. It takes that away. So yeah, cool stuff.
Absolutely. No, it's an incredible tool. Yeah. And there's so much more we can do with it. We're actually looking at adding some additional features to it that we'll introduce later on, but I'm excited about them. I can't wait to share them.
Nice. Well, there's Kyle, and thank you, Craig. And so let me tell you that it's now 9:47. We like to stay somewhere between 30 and 47 minutes. And Craig, it was everything I thought it would be. I really appreciate your bringing your wisdom here, and so excited for 2021 and what we're going to be achieving as a company. And I can tell you that the buzz out here in the field for you and for I have to say kudos to Eddie. You're the perfect fit for our culture and for our company, and we're so excited to have you on board and welcome. And we're going to really do some amazing things over the coming years.
Hey, just in closing, let me say thank you to everybody. I'm excited to be on this team, and you're absolutely right. We are going to move, and we're going to move quickly. And of course, we need your help. We've got to have it's time right now to jump in. It's time for everybody to just lengthen their stride, do a little bit more, because we're going to move towards momentum. If you want to have the best shot at getting caught up in that momentum and maximize the most out of that momentum and our growth that we're going to have, obviously the larger your team, the better it's going to be for you. So just encourage you to really get involved and stay connected with us. We're excited, and I'm excited about who we are and where we're going for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope you and your family have an amazing Merry Christmas. And to each and every one of you who are plugged in, whether you're listening to us live now or whether you're listening to the replay, or whether you're sharing this with your team members. We hope you all have an amazing, safe holiday season, and we will see you all next week.
Bye, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.